Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
I'm James Spann. This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, the 9th of May. And yeah, it's starting to feel like summer out there. We're going to stay very warm and dry for the next few days, but some rain possible before the week is over. Let's check some of the Skycam shots. First off, coming from Tuscaloosa. Kind of a summer-looking sky. Flat cumulus clouds, kind of hazy. Temperatures well up in the 80s. But a couple of river shots. There's the Tom Bigby River. Looks like a barge just moving across the bend there. That's looking north, the Demopolis Civic Center. In fact, right around that bend is the confluence of the Tom Bigby and the Black Warrior Rivers. And up in the Tennessee Valley, there's the mighty Tennessee River, as seen from the Skycam indicator. Boy, look at the trough out west. It's awfully cold out there with some mountain snow. And down here in the south, the ridge is pumped up. And that means it is very, very warm. Temperatures well up in the 80s. And let me just say this. I am convinced the Alexander City number is bogus. That thing has been about 3 to 5 degrees too warm for the last 4 or 5 weeks. And so we're going to toss out the 91 there. The warm spot, Montgomery at 89. Most other spots around here in the mid-80s. Below guidance, by the way. Most of the guidance had 88 or 89 today. Whatever. It's pretty warm. And we'll be approaching 90 tomorrow and Wednesday. Around the nation, you can see that tongue of hot air coming up across the plain states. Looks like mid-90s up into Kansas this afternoon, but very cold out west. And that cold front could trigger some severe weather issues down the line. There's the current watch warning map. Got some winter weather advisories for the mountains out west. And look at that. Potential for some severe storms in Wyoming this afternoon. That's a mesoscale discussion from the Storm Prediction Center. They might be looking at a severe thunderstorm watch out there. That's pretty uncommon for that part of the world. Convective outlook today and tonight. Got a couple of slight risk areas well to the north of here. Tomorrow, slight risks to the west, north, and east. But the ridge should keep us high and dry. Now, day 3, this is Wednesday. That could be a pretty active convective day. We've got the standard slight risk all the way from the Rio Grande up to near Green Bay. And within that, the higher probabilities are centered along and west of Interstate 35 through parts of North Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. And could be a busy day for the traditional tornado alley out there. But again, we stay dry. And on day 4, which is Thursday, a standard risk for parts of Missouri and the adjacent states. And again, we do not expect any severe weather here for a while. There's the rain for the next 5 days. Valid through Saturday morning at 7 o'clock. The amounts taper off from about 3/4 of an inch near the shoals down to nothing for Dothan and Geneva. And the amounts would be relatively light around here, and that would be with the rain we get Friday and maybe Saturday. We don't think it will be over 1/2 inch. We'll check the GFS. This is the 12Z run. Valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Western trough, eastern ridge. And again, underneath that thing, you know it is going to be a very warm day. And again, the statistical guidance coming off the models has been running too hot lately by about 3 degrees. The GFS is showing 91, the NAM 92. We'll say 90, but some folks could do 88 or 89, but still pretty warm. And thunderstorms northeast of here, but again, they should not bother us. Same thing Wednesday. Highs around 90, bright sunny weather, no rain. All right, Thursday, the western trough begins to lift out. And down below that, the weather here stays dry, and again with convection possible to the east and west. But we'll leave it dry. Temperatures begin to back down as the ridge breaks down. Highs drop back in the mid to upper 80s. And Friday, that's when that surface front drags in here, and that's our next chance of rain for Alabama. A chance of showers and maybe some thunder, but again, severe weather not likely. Rainfall amounts probably 1/2 inch or less. Highs low 80s, so not as warm as these current days. And again, the weekend forecast is a little tricky. This is Saturday, big upper low north of us, and energy will rotate around that thing like spokes on a wheel. The GFS continues to suggest we will be in a dry slot. But again, you see the unsettled weather to the west over Texas, and that could drift in here maybe later in the day or Saturday night. So we're going to mention the chance of a shower Saturday, but it will not be a washout. And maybe if this is right, much of the day will be dry. And then Sunday, the trough is digging through the east, and that suggests maybe just a cool day with some light rain falling at times. on Sunday. And again, not all day, but it could rain, no doubt about that. We cooled down with highs dropping into the upper 70s, and Monday, wow. Look at that thing in the base of the trough over the east, and if that's right, that could squeeze out a few showers, maybe even some small hail. That air is so cold aloft. In Tennessee, right under that, maybe the Tennessee Valley of extreme North Alabama, and highs would be only in the low 70s if this is right. So a cool and kind of unsettled day Monday. Let's just jump out there to the end of the forecast. What do you say? May 25th. Woo, look at the westerly shifting north. For a state down here battered by severe weather, that's all right. You know, that's going to kind of leave us awfully warm and awfully dry, but with a look like that, severe weather, forget about it. It looks just like summertime there. You know, kind of hot and muggy and a few scattered afternoon showers, and that's about it. So, again, no sign of any organized severe weather here for the next 15 days, and we'll take that. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, and if you're local to us, don't forget to watch us on TV this evening. That's ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.
Never witnessed anything like this, and I hope we never do again.
People are coming in to help them. That's what Alabama's all about. It's almost as if a bomb went off.
My baby's alive. My husband's alive. We made it.
I'm demolished. I don't have nothing. It's just chaos, really.
It's just a nightmare that I know that I cannot wake up from.
God can do with it as He will.